Great. Oh. Kia ora. What's up, sickos? It's me. It's Bix Biscuit. And this is Don't Call Me Diva, where we only talk about women's wrestling. I run down the weekly matches of AEW, Ring of Honor, and we learn about the wrestlers who face them. I discuss law. I make up law. We fantasy book. We waffle off on tangents, come back around, make up songs. And that's the Don't Call Me Diva promise, sickos. It's episode 15. Can you believe it? Of the show. If you need more info on me and why we are all here, please go check out episode 1 of the show. So, are you ready to get into it? We have 74 subscribers on the U of Tubes. Woo! I thank you all separately, every 74 one of you. You know what I'm saying. You've been here. You know what I'm doing. Thank you so much for subscribing. You're all wonderful. And even people who don't subscribe, you're still wonderful. I hope you all enjoyed our 3 hour opus I had with my good friend Shane, Eric, and Jim. I had a lot of fun talking to them about the pay-per-view. Completely forgot to ask them all who their favorite current and all-time favorite women's wrestler was. But that just means we can have them on again to specifically discuss that, which would be cool and a great way to highlight the wrestlers being talked about. Future episodes, because I have kind of thought about that. You know how I want to like talk about like a specific wrestler and stuff in some episodes. So it would be great to have like one of the sickos on who's like that is their particular favorite wrestler, and we can chat about it. And it just makes it more fun. Um, Happy birthdays go out to the mega sis. The woman is 27. Also Alicia Atut, Red Velvet, Riho, Gigi Dillon, ODB. Hey Kayla. You guys remember that? Oh, that killed me. I would walk around the entire house just yelling, "Hey Kayla!" And like fucking Billy, what the fuck was her last name? Billy. I want to say Billy Kid. Now I want to say Billy Idol. Fucking Billy Kay. There we go. And her fucking accent every time she saw fucking Kayla Braxton. Yeah. Hi, Kayla. Anyway, it's her fucking birthday. Moving on. Liv Morgan, Tay Conti, Deanna Purrazzo, Hikaru Shida, and Bailey. Jesus Christ. That's just covering until the 15th of June, you babies out there. Athena had a match recently at MPX Wrestling. She fought and defeated Maya. Thunder Rosa has a Patreon show in which she cooks in her underwear. The recent episode will feature 3 women in red. Lainey Luck, who has been killing it in ROH and has been a big fave with the sickos so far, and Shada McKenzie. They are cooking some sort of taco thing, but there's 3 beautiful wrestling women in their red underwear on Patreon. So if you know that kind of thing, go check a Patreon subscribe. I do not know how much of Thunder Rosa's Patreon is, sorry, but if you're interested, you know where to go. There has been a lot of sicko chatter about the whereabouts and status of the Vendetta, especially as the talk of a tag division has been coming like closer and closer into AEW potential reality. So both Taya and Diana are in the Pure World Title Tournament for ROH. And there has also been that it was quite a while ago, like it really was. It was all the way back in the 27th of February. So like I got reminded about it by the wonderful Shane, and it was like fucking ages ago. But by the time I went and saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. So like they had a match. It was Diana versus Harley. And there was a backstage promo afterwards from Dynamite way back in the 27th of February, like I said, which might explain some of it. I mean, it really kind of doesn't though. After the loss to Harley Cameron, Diana. She is stopped from leaving the arena by the backstage crew, just like a general like scoop. Like it wasn't even Renee or anything like that, just like a dude with a camera. He's like follows her, and Diana's like, fuck off. Like she doesn't want to like talk to this guy or anything. Tells him to get out of her face. But Taya then just comes clacking her way down the concrete ramp, calling out to Diana for her to like talk to her and stuff. She's like, "What the, why are you, what's going on here?" And Diana gives her nothing, absolutely nothing, but I'm going home. And that's literally been the last we've seen of Miss Diana Perazzo on AEW Ring of Honor television. Apart from the promos about being in the tournament, I'll say that. But as far as like in-person stuff or anything, yeah. So I went slooping. Slooping? We'll go with that. Diana recently had an interview on a lightweight wrestling show, never heard of it before, in which not that that's a diss, I just think I never, why did they need that little side comment? No reason. And she stated she would like to work with Britt Baker in the future. I think that would be amazing. Like work with her like as like a team kind of thing would be cool. I'm not too sure what side of the thing she was thinking of, but either way it's cool. But make her and Taya and Britt, I reckon they'd make a great threesome. Um, and like, there's also a question: is Rebel ahead still wrestling, or is she like doing backstage stuff? You see how my mind goes through all these little tangents. Diana competed in the Celebrity Poker Tour Invitational recently, so she has been doing stuff. She came 13th in that. Bravo, Mrs. I think if I interpreted the results right, then she definitely went out of the tournament 5 grand, 5.5 grand up. So well done, darling. Diana is also the first pro wrestler ever to be on that Celebrity Poker Tour Invitational. Diana was also doing the live chat on Triller Plus during the Dynasty pay-per-view match, which I had no idea they even did, so they need to advertise that a little bit more. She did an exhibition, so still involved with like AEW, just like not on tally. She did an exhibition match for Rev Pro against Kanji. Rev Pro are the two belts that Monet has, the Rev Pro and the FAC. Why can't I remember what the other one looks like off the top of my head? We all see, which I don't even think she has like defended those belts yet, unless I'm misremembering something, but Missy should get on that. So yeah. So she's been jet setting around, but just hasn't been on tally. But like I said, that will change with the upcoming Pure tournament. Do we have a date on that yet? I don't know if I have picked up a date on that. Oh, yeah. Everyone just keeps saying it's coming. So hopefully it's coming soon. Abaddon's time with AEW is definitely up. We've had all the official yada yadas about that, which sucks freaking a hole. But at the same time, nothing was being produced with their character for months anyway, so it's better to be released, I guess. But AEW, AEW allows outside bookings. So, like in this situation, she can still get the outside bookings, but she just won't have the financial stability of being signed with AEW, which would be scary. So I hope they get a lot of bookings. And as always, I can't wait to see them back or like on anything that they kind of show up. That would be awesome. Um, Mariah May has gone from the roster page of AEW's website. Nothing from the woman herself or AEW officially. Just, some speculations, some quote unquote journalists apparently having scoops. But yeah, nothing officially has been said. Just that one thing has happened. Mariah has been content dumping though on her Instagram and on her YouTube channel. So if we were going to sit down and like, think about that, you could take that as she's getting all of this out now before she ends up under the personal content clutches of the Wubbly Wubbly. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I don't know, speculation. I've been in this mental situation before, though, with Malachi fucking Black and my keeping hope and living in happy kayfabe land went so against me. Not that I'm like being a bitter, because I'm not bitter at all. But yeah, I was, oh, no official word yet. We're gonna keep our eyes on him. I don't know why I turned into a little old man, but yeah, fine. But we'll see what happens. Breaking news. Mariah May debuts on NXT. NX fucking T. So this is ridiculously, insanely well timed now, my lovely producer Shane, because my next line in my wonderings about this was, but if you are not debuting on the main roster of that company, what the fuck are you doing? That was my thought. And she's now just debuted on NXT. Not bashing NXT or anything, but she's debuting on NXT. The former AEW World Champion, one half of the best fucking wrestling story ever told, especially in the women's division. What's her name? Is she kept her name in her contract? So I have many, many thoughts. I have already stated many thoughts on if she does. This is, still when it was speculative. If she does, I am sure she must have, organized something in her contract to at least keep her name. Like I said, if you're not debuting on the main roster, what the fuck did you sign up for? Um, and all of that. I already knew that they wouldn't mention her AEW World Championship run, but I also had a third thing of like, honey, if you haven't worked that into your contract, what the fuck are you doing? Um, but okay, we're gonna move on because breaking news. At least I got to say that. Why has that just happened though? I mean, that's all I was saying yesterday was just breaking news for like no reason. And I've actually had a chance to use it because we've literally had breaking news on the Don't Call Me Diva podcast. Don't say we don't have our fingers on someone's pulse. So all of this has already got me curious about what the other wrestlers were doing, the other release wrestlers, and what they were up to. So now let's just go there to see if we can get a little palate cleaner of niceness, shall we? Not that I'm not being bitter. I'm just saying the woman deserved better. So, and if they don't see that, like first off, then anyway, so Dakota Kai has been posting nothing, absolutely nothing on her Instagram since her gorgeous natural hair post. Nothing at all. Completely silent on socials. I don't know about Twitter because I don't use that pile of shit. Shayna has, though, been training in all of her real life fighting arts since the day she was released, of it being released that she was released. And she seems to be having a great time. She's doing lots of like nasty, real I will murder you moves. So she seems happy. So woohoo. Gigi Dillon. Oh no, I always say that. I always say Dillon instead of Dolan. I don't know why. Dolan. See, if you say it in like the Hardy Boys theme, shit gets stuck in your head a lot better. So Gigi Dolan has been quiet apart from doing some charity work, which she enjoyed some time with some birdies. So that was cool. But that's all she's been doing. She's just been doing some charity stuff. So that's nice. It's oh crumb. I forgot what it was called. But it's organization that like helps raise money for like other little organizations and stuff like that. Elena Black has been very busy since release. She is full of bookings, which will all kick off this month, and has posted some updated battle gear on her Instagram. Also, breaking news, but not so much breaking news as what we've already had. As of the last 24 hours, she has done an interview where she has laid out her future hopes and dreams, which some people were like, about, and some people were like, so, have your own opinion. Who the hell did that one? I don't remember, but you'll be able to find it. Shotzi is on the Ballsy tour. So she's on the shelf at the Wubbly Wubbly and they're not going to use her, but at least she can go out and do stuff. So that's good. So she's been she GCW, I think. So that would be cool. I still can't believe they freaking let her go. I mean, she just seemed so like. Anyway, I've gone on that waffle many a times before. But did you know? You probably did. I didn't. But she also has a paranormal investigation show on her YouTube channel. So she's done a little thing of that, which is cool. Now, I have a rant, dear sickos. Women in wrestling who have had their hair shaved off. And this does kind of like sometimes go into like the men, but in every single hair versus hair match that have involved the women, the person who got the hair shaved off, they never get shit out of it. Like story wise, it's character death. So no one do it. Please, no one do it, ladies. If someone pitches a hair versus hair match, then make sure they have a solid storyline planned out afterwards. Thunder. I know you called out Brett for a hair versus hair, but I worry one of you will be victims of this curse. So please no, but absolutely we need to revisit this first ever iconic women's roster rivalry, the first rivalry made in blood in AEW. But yeah, haven't you noticed that? Like, yeah, discuss. Um, but yeah, in every single one I have seen, like shit just does go well. Like Shotzi did it. Shotzi got freaking her hair shaved off, and then what happened? I don't know. But it never goes well. It never, ever goes well. So if you want to do it, please have everything else after it all planned out too, because it's always the after it part. And come on. You can't just go straight into your hair like this with a razor. It always looks dumb. Always looks dumb because the little things they can't actually grip or grip. Well, it's kind of gripping. They can't rip all that off. So you need to do a dramatic chop and then a vroom. Okay? Not that I'm encouraging it, but just if you want to, have a plan. Okay? Come on. She's not released, but I have been wondering where the wonderful Rebel has been. So I went to her Instagram page. Rebel was in hospital for a long time in 2024 from the month of May. She was diagnosed with cryptococcal, I was going to say pneumonia, cryptococcal pneumonia. As well as some other issues, Rebel has been Rebel has been had to have multiple surgeries because of this and IV treatments because of it as well, and is still battling it to this day, as the medication from her pneumonia makes her skin and her lips and face peel off. That fucking sucks. She posted about that on her Instagram page, and Jesus, I hope that fucking ends soon because I know what it's like when you just get like a chapped lip or something. So, all the love to Rebel. Don't Call Me Diva sends her all the healing vibes to hopefully have all this end soon because I love her. She's so good. I knew, but then I forgot that she did a lot of like the makeup stuff backstage. And that's how her and like Brit like became like the thing because she was like her personal like stylist and everything. I think this was like after the no, this wasn't after the nose. This was after like the ankle. Brit had a few little injuries. But she made them work. She made them really like iconic in storyline. So, good on her. Are you ready, sickos? Bring the boom! Shake your boobs! It's dynamite! Before we get into the meat of this episode, I touched on a crowd ranking system I have creative based purely on my own opinions, which are completely based in the land of kayfabe, as is tradition here in Don't Call Me Divaville. I shall now break that down for you all because I actually did it because I'm this weird kind of person who does these things. We have five ranks from best to worst, and I will lay them out for you. We have in the like S tier, so to speak, is called a YOSH to you, my fine sickos. That's your top tier. A tier is everyone had fun. B tier is acceptable. C tier is you suck. And D tier is do you even like wrestling? So far we have Baltimore, Detroit, Albuquerque, Vegas, Chicago, Boston. on the board. And for now, I'll just let you guess as to where who is on the scale. And then perhaps at one time that I feel like it, that I get curious, excuse me, we can compare tier lists. You can see if you guessed correctly. And if you did, then a tap on the back for you. Tonight, we will be in El Paso and swooping in for the mixed trios match between the Death Riders, Mox Marina and Gabe Kidd with fucking Yuta against the hero of the locker room, Willow, who comes out in her full amazing energy glory with a big smile, big hair, sporting a gorgeous silver and pink battle gear with animal print sparkly silver battle boots. She looks amazing. Speedball Bailey is coming out with her as well, and the Chicken King of Redneck Kung Fu, Mark Briscoe, will be joining them too. It's a brilliant trio of good guys. Marina is in her usual black battle top, black battle pants, and bare taped up footsies. Her mane is tied back in a battle braid. Battle everything on Miss Shafir. Briscoe and Kids start this match. It does not take long for all six wrestlers to get into the ring for shenanigans. Marina and Willow lock up and lay into each other with like heavy forearms. Marina switches it up to knees and gets the upper hand over Willow, who gets thrown out of the ring to the floor. Marina goes after Willow, puts her in a headlock, gives her more knee shots to the guts. Ugh. At some point, Willow gets out of Marina's grasp and has her against grass. She has her out of her grasp. Out of my grasp, woman. No, grasp. And has her against the ring, absorbing stiff chops, and then gets sent to the barricades to be choked by Willow's foot in her throat. We get a lovely view of that, thank you. Later on, Marina gets caught in the clump of wrestlers that get landed on by a flying Mark Briscoe. I think Willow is the only one who escapes the landing from Briscoe. Willow sends Marina packing over the side of the ring as Briscoe and Kid continue their legal fighting in the ring. Order has once again resumed. Willow makes the tag and comes in to help Briscoe with a successful double hip toss, which Willow celebrates with a gun show. She then tags out to Speedball, which I am always going to associate with adult stimulants. There is literally no way around it. Willow, and the fact that he like zooms around as well, it's like, yo. Willow adds her foot to a three-headed pump kick to Kid, and Speedball goes for the pin. Willow is enjoying hurting the Death Riders. She is having the time of her life. Next time we jump into this match, it is now Marina who is having a wonderful time, though, as she stomps on Briscoe's neck, choking him while the ref flaps about with Mox, who is taunting the crowd over on the other side there. As the fellas fight, Willow cheers on Briscoe while Marina glares at her from the opposite corner, shaking her head at like being like, ah, you silly good guy. Whew. Mox tags her in, and while he holds Briscoe's arms behind him, Marina uses Briscoe as a kickback, flipping off Willow as she does it to bait her into the ring so they can do more dastardly deeds behind the ref's back. But Willow does not take that bait, and Marina tags out to Kid. Kid. After an arduous battle of the men, Willow tags in to save Speedball, and Marina is quick to get into the ring to meet her. Willow ducks the pump kick from Shafir and then clocks her repeatedly in the face. Marina gets pissed and shoves her away and then whips a kick right into Willow's left tit. Marina gets her with another kick, and this pisses Willow off, who reverses the Irish whip and plows a forearm right through Marina's chest, followed by multiple clotheslines that slam Marina down to the mat with force with each one. Marina goes to the corner for some respite, but Willow ain't allowing that and races at her with a gluteus maximus bomb. Marina, dazed, does not know where she is and gets nailed with a pump kick from Willow. The crowd is fired up. Willow's fired up. I'm Marina gets sent to the ropes, and she returns to a pop-up powerbomb, greets her, and Marina gets slammed down on the mat. Bleh. Willow stacks her up for a good pin, but Dirty Dave. I cannot get Gabe Kid's name out of my goddamn mouth. But Dirty Gabe Kid runs in to save his team by grabbing the hero of the locker room's hair. Now, you do not touch a woman's hair, sir, Mr. Flaggy Finger right here. That is going to get you one hell of a hiding. And that it does. As Briscoe takes Kid out, Marina retreats to the corner for a breather against Brett's healing rope of power, and Willow gets ambushed by Mox, but Speedball comes in to save her with some very stiff kicks. Speedball does some hurting on Mox and takes a well-deserved moment to battle pose with the raucous crowd, but Marina has been watching and leaning on that goddamn rope, and she pounces on Speedball, taking him out with a spicy German suplex. Once again, it's just Marina and Willow in the ring. Marina cracks Willow with a kick. Willow knocks Shafir's block off with a lariat, and both women are down on the mat. Whilst El Paso is on their feet, cheering them on, Willow crawls to her corner and tags in Speedball. Marina gets to hers and tags in Mox. Some major shenanigans get started by fucking Yuta that leads to the good guys feeling a world of pain. No surprise about that. Well, Mox stalks round to Willow during the chaos and goes to pull her off the apron, but Willow spies him far too quickly. 'Twas a ruse, though, as Marina was also following, and she successfully gets Willow off the apron and chops the living shit out of Willow. Marina, Kid, and fucking Yuta take a victory lap of smug whilst flipping off the crowd, receive some sass from the crowd back, as they should. Well done, El Paso. But unfortunately, I do not know what the sass from the crowd was due to it being in Spanish. So, Secotino, if you know, hit me up. I'm not gonna like be all like, hey, dude, go around in the video and like chicken, because you know. But if you do know, hit me up because I know it was some sass. Speedball gets back into the ring after his earlier delivery through the table ringside, beating the 10 count. Gabe Kidd is now tagged in. This disgusting, sweaty knobhead spits at the hero of the locker room, and I am not down for this, sir. It's literally the one thing, like, we're getting into like real life Bixie, okay? It's literally the one thing that wrestlers do that I truly wish that they wouldn't. I'd prefer Hangman Adam Page drinking the blood of his enemies via their head wounds like it's a cask of wine over someone spitting in someone else's face. It's so gross. Willow is, of course, pissed. She leans in over the middle rope and sends some spicy words back at Kid with a double D. She reaches out to Speedball for the tag, but the Kid with a double D teases and taunts her. A few moments later, there is more D-Rider bollocks, and they pull both Willow and Briscoe off the apron. Marina takes Willow's feet out from under her, and Willow smacks her face into the ring. Just for fun, Marina then hip tosses Willow onto the floor, and she just stomps off. Okay, so the last man standing match might have to be put on the back burner as Willow versus the Kid with a double D has taken center stage now. The dirty, shirtless fucker runs straight over to Willow's corner after being tagged, knocks down Briscoe, and then spits at Willow again. The ref even had the audacity to stop Willow from entering the ring for some instant revenge, as should be tradition in such situations. Japanese death match, Willow versus the Kid with a double D. Book it. Now, who do we have here? Lurking in the warehouse depths of AEW's backstage area. It's a hard to read Chris Statlander. Her face is stern, arms crossed, and her eyes are glued to the match being played on the telly. Obvious thoughts are that she's watching Willow, but Marina is there too. And she was there the other time we saw Chris Statlander watching the carnage from the shadows. So, I mean, obvious things she's looking at Willow, but maybe she's also trying to eye up Marina. I don't know what Chris Statlander's doing at the moment, I have to say. I don't even know if she knows. I have an idea. What happened? Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna gaslight myself into having an idea. I had no idea what happened, but at some point after the kid with a double D gets Briscoe into the corner, Willow disappears from hers. Marina isn't in her corner either, so potential shenanigans have once again ensued. I spy a scampering Marina going in Willow's direction, and due to many things going on, we don't get to see what happens. But we see the results from Willow's rolling senton disposing of Marina onto the floor right in front of the cheering crowd. High fives are all round. So something happened and Marie and Willow just turned it on her. Briscoe gets his adorable butt up onto the top rope, but fucking Yuta and Marina scamper up onto the apron and grab hold of each chicken foot. Willow goes, yeah, nah, bro. Springs up onto the apron, pump kicks Marina off the apron onto the floor. Speedball takes out fucking Yuta. Briscoe froggy bows the kid with a double D. We shoot back to the watching stat very quickly, and it's a 1 and a 2 and a Gabe kicks out at 2.99. Wondered where Claudio was. Did you? Yeah, no, me neither. Well, he gets involved now. Commander does come out though, and he floats across the top rope and takes out Claudio along with a few hearts. Commander definitely got the folks riled up as the whole crowd is like losing their shit. So, aha, dastardly deeds work against you, Death Riders. Mox yoinks Briscoe's head in a devastating bulldog choke. Speedball then gets yoinked by the kid with a double D, and Willow gets smothered by Marina's mother's milk, and it's over, sickos. It looks like the Death Riders' interference has helped, and they win. Bastards. After we hurt people, we have a promo from the super bad girl, Penelope Ford. Welcome to the show, darling. How you doing? She and Megan are in their double or nothing battle gear, gorgeous white gear with blue detailing, reminding me of Greek vases. Penelope has her hair in stylish half ponytails with blue hair added to her blonde locks. Mega Bad challenging Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. I will now be forever referring to Harley Cameron and Anna Jay as fruit salad. Okay? You want my reasoning? Here we go. Because Anna's peaches and Harley's melons, obviously. Fruit salad. It's a DQ match, so things have ramped up significantly. After Ricochet does his promo in the apocalyptic section of the AEW's backstage area, we get the entrance of Mega Bad. I call them this now because Penelope has it written on her trash can lid shield. That's way more obvious than fruit salad. Megan brings the rest of the trash can plus some extras. Penelope has her amazing antler crown, and Megan her iconic headpiece as they take their place between the fire cannons and they battle pose on the entrance stage. The entrance music they use now is Megan's GCW theme. It is an American songwriter, singer, and producer. Zola Jesus is the creator of it. And the song is called Exhumed. It's a fucking banger. I'm super glad they got it for Mega Bad. Zola's voice is addictive. Do any of you like get that sensory addictiveness when you're just like, oh my God, I need to hear this voice like sing everything? She has one of those voices. They're very good. I went down a rabbit hole listening to them whilst writing this. After Mega Bad get comfortable in the ring, Fruit Salad's music hits. I'm, I'm a fucking idiot. Music hits, and it's time to get those hips bouncing. Both Anna and Harley are sporting black cowboy hats and are in their kick-ass black and silver battle gear from Double or Nothing. Harley has her trusty lead pipe, and Anna has a large plank of wood with some art painted over it. We've got like a big red star, some little stars, a butterfly-looking thing on the top, and a naked brunette sitting on a peach. They race to the ring and we get straight into it. Anna yoinks Penelope out of the ring and Harley goes in for Megan. Anna throws Penelope into the guardrail and then starts relocating some of the steel chairs from under the ring to inside of the ring, where Harley is getting slammed to the mat and then pancaked in the corner by the Megasis. While Megan positions a chair in the corner, Penelope Ford sends stiff forearms and sharp chops into Anna Jay's chest. Penelope, you have a very spicy chop, madam. Penelope Ford stalks Anna around the ring and then whips her into the timekeeper's barricade, the stiffest barricade of the bunch. With a oops, Penelope leaves her there and walks back to the ring, where Megasis has lined up Harley against the chair and is taking aim. But the cannonball from Megan Bain will backfire as Harley quickly ducks out of the way and Megan crashes into the chair instead. Penelope gets into the ring and gets "get the fuck out of here" boot to the face from Cameron and then drives Penelope's skull through the trash can lid with a fantastic DDT. Harley ain't playing. Harley attempts to pin Miss Ford, but it gets broken up by a Bane. Anna Jay saves Harley from Megan's clutches by whacking her on the back with the tattooed plank of wood. Megan lets go of Harley, but she doesn't go down. Instead, she turns around to face Jay and slowly walks towards her while the crowd chant, "You fucked up," and you may have just fucked up. Harley has sprinted around to the outside of the ring, retrieved her lead pipe that was on the floor, scampered back into the ring, and saves Anna by thwacking Megan roughly on the back with the lead pipe with a thud. Megan still doesn't go down. Anna grabs a steel chair this time, and both of them smash Megan's back. Alternatively, Jay and Cameron are laying in stiff shots to Megan's back, but Bane is super tough and does not leave her feet. In fact, all it does is activate her rage. And after a power-up battle cry, Megan Bane shoots off the ropes, ducks the swings from Fruit Salad, and then catapults back at them with a double flying lariat that plows straight through Fruit Salad. Megan positions the one gold steel chair in the middle of the ring, and she has something painful in mind involving Harley. But a wiggly Harley gets out of harm's way and toe trips Megan face first into the chair. Anna quickly sees an opportunity to double team, and she missile drop kicks the back of the chair into Bane's face. Very smart. Megan attempts to rolly herself out of the ring, but is stopped by Anna Jay, who goes for the pin. Penelope is not having any of that, and she breaks it up. Well, Harley wasn't having any of that as the crowd impatiently chant, wait, I did check this, and yes, it is only 3 minutes into this match, and El Paso are already chanting, "We want tables." Simmer down, El Paso, would you? Is it El Paso or El Paso? We're just going to say it however it comes out of my mouth. Anna Jay places down a chair, and Harley Russian leg sweeps Penelope Ford back onto the chair as Anna Jay plants her boot right into Ford's face. An effective double team, but it won't get the three as Penelope kicks out at because she's a tough, super bad girl. El Paso get what they want as Fruit Salad go to the outside and pull a table out from underneath the ring and set it up between the announce desk and the ring. Fruit Salad get back into the ring, but Anna is yoinked by Megan for an overhead suplex, and Harley is avoided by Ford, who takes her out with a matrix cutter. Anna gets kicked out of the ring by Megan while Harley is taking a breather in the corner. Penelope lines up and executes her handspring back elbow into her mush. Megan follows forward and gives Harley a body slam that makes Cameron collapse onto the mat. Penelope grabs a trash can and places it over Harley's head, encasing her entire upper body in it. Eek, this is gonna hurt. Megasis whips Penelope into the drop kick, and she missiles that drop kick into the trash can containing our dear Harley Cameron. Ford drags Harley out of the trash can by her feet and she goes for a pin, but a fighting Harley kicks out at two. She can't do much else though, and a pissed Ford gives her a couple of stiff shots before going out of the ring to help Megan with whatever her plan is. It seems that Megan's plan was to get out and set up a table of their own. This one is going inside the ring and leant up against the corner turnbuckles in a lovely ramp formation. Harley is still slumped in the corner behind the trash can, so she cannot help Anna Jay, who is hoisted up onto Megan's shoulders and then slammed through that table via a Death Valley driver from Bane. It doesn't happen often, but in this table situation, ye who set it up did not go through it. Well, Megan kind of went through it, but Anna softened her landing. As the crowd chant, holy shit, Megan drags Anna out by the arm and pins her in the center of the ring. Harley springs back to life and breaks up the pin before three. Everyone is on their feet chanting, "This is awesome." Penelope gets mad with Harley and after some shots hefts her onto her shoulder. I always forget how insanely strong you are, Miss Ford. Harley wiggles out of it though and turns it around on Ford with a spinning neck breaker. Cameron goes for a pin, but it's right in front of Bane, who decides to break it up by deadlifting Harley Cameron from the mat over her head and back down onto the mat with a lovely overhead suplex. Megan grabs a handful of Harley's hair and plops her onto the bottom rope. She boots her into the head and battle poses, taunts the crowd when they boo. Bane gets a dangerous plan in her head and takes Harley over to the side of the ring, where the table is set up between the floor and the announce desk. And now both Bane and Cameron are on the extremely unsafe apron. You know, it's not, it has degrees of unsafeness. This is at its maximum unsafeness. Harley blocks the body slam off the apron by Bane and turns the tide really quickly with a quick boot to the gut. She double over Bane is perfect for Harley to like back roll over, and then she expertly grabs Bane's thighs and desperately tries to power bomb Megan through this table. Megan has an excellent grip on the top rope though, and Harley cannot get her over and break that. Anna Jay though is up. She comes over to help, but the Megasis still hangs on. Penelope is now up. She has the golden chair in hand, but Jay is quicker, and she pump kicks Penelope in the gut and then smashes the golden chair down onto Penelope's back. Jay takes the chair in both hands, lines up Bane, and cracks her with it in the face. Bane crashes down through the table to the floor. Bane lays between two perfectly crushed pieces of table. It's quite the moment in women's wrestling. Anna Jay soaks up the power from the crowd, but when she turns around, Penelope kicks the fuck out of her. Penelope lifts Anna Jay onto her shoulders and one little thing, El Paso. If I may have your ear for just one tiny little El Pasoian moment. Where the fuck were you? Penelope Ford lifts Anna Jay onto her shoulders with impressive ease, shoots her upwards, and nails Jay in the stomach with her knees for a lung blower. And not one explosion of awe from any of you. Disgraceful. I have now issued you a verbal personal warning. Okay? This is my official warning to you, El Paso. Ford has a painful plan for Anna as she slides the steel chair underneath Jay's back. With a quick check over her shoulder, Penelope does her beautiful standing moonsault and face plants the steel chair because Anna Jay swiftly got her peach out of the landing zone. Harley had taken a few moments to catch her breath, but was ready, to challenge Bane, who had started to slowly get to her feet. Harley battle screams at the Megasis and then glumps her legs around the waist of Bane. They're still on the outside. In a wheelbarrow situation. But shit goes sideways for Cameron when Bane is able to counter her intentions, captures her arms, and then just walks Harley over to the steel steps. Once at the steps, Bane slams Harley's face into the top of the steel steps. The power move takes a lot out of the Megasis though, and she crumples to the floor. Inside the ring, Penelope and Anna are also down. The ref scampers over to Harley Cameron to see if she still has a face. Apparently, the ref was not happy with what he saw, ew, and signals for the doc, who also scampers over down to Harley. Like he actually scampers. The dog's got a good little, whoop, he's got a good little emergency scamper. And he is clutching towels like he is a hitchhiker of the galaxy. Harley suddenly bursts off the floor, though, a bloody mess. Obviously not happy with the advice the doc had given her and has denied stopping the match. Harley isn't a little bloody from her nose. Oh, no, no, no. She is dripping blood from her nose. It's everywhere. But Harley's like, no, get fair, and stomps back into the ring with the entire crowd behind her chanting, feel the wrath! You're coming back, El Paso! Just a little clip. Harley would get booted off the apron by Penelope Ford, but Ford would get yoinked by Anna Jay in a backpack and slammed face first down onto a steel chair in a gory bomb from Jay. I freaking love a gory bomb. It's so good. Penelope is pretty out. She's pretty and she's out. No. And Anna has the pin, but it's a lax pin due to exhaustion. And the Megasis manages to get into the ring and push Jay off before they get to the three. Megan Bain gets Jay up onto her shoulders for the Fate's descent, but first needs to line up a steel chair with her foot, which she does expertly. Then the Megasis brings Anna down onto the steel chair with her Fate's descent. Jay's face lands right on the hardest part of the chair, and she instantly touches her face to make sure it is still where it should be. Bane goes for the pin, but a Harley out of nowhere breaks it up before three. Three. Harley is full of fighting rage and pounds down on Megan's back. She taunts her in and comes running off the ropes, but Megan does too and flies through Harley with her flying lariat, which I feel like needs its own name because of how devastating it is when it's done by Bane and how quickly she can like pull it off. It's like 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds, and it's just like the force of like 10 million buffalo. Anyway, sound off in the comments if you have ideas for this move at all. Bane covers Cameron, but Harley defiantly kicks out of two after that brutal lariat. Bane looks over at Penelope, who is just now getting up to her feet, and gives her a knowing look. Penelope returns to look with a, okay, all right. And while she crawls her battered bod to the corner, Bane throws chairs at Harley. Bane gets impatient and tells Penelope Ford to go, as in, get your butt up those ropes. Penelope starts climbing them, but not quick enough for Bane, who drops Cameron, stomps over to Ford, hoists her up, and pops her onto the top rope herself. Eager to end Cameron, Bane stomps back over to her, puts her up onto her shoulders in an electric chair, and stands right in front of Ford, who is preparing to fly. Penelope battle cries something, I don't know, because Excalibur is babbling over it, so all I can get is the end of it, which is something, something, bow down, I think. But they nail Cameron with the Doomsday device, and it was awesome! One, a two, a three. We have our winners, and it is Mega Man. You did good, fruit salad, but woo! As Anna stumbles to get to her feet and Harley splutters up blood, Exhumed plays in the arena. Megan grabs Harley's head by the hair, lifts it up to her own. She sneers at Cameron and then slams her face back down to the mat. Megan then gets out of the ring but stays to help her partner in battle get up the ramp. She cares. Hmm. Well, that was quite the match. We have heard that both members of Fruit Salad might be injured, but nothing official. Once again, it's just all very much like, yeah. I mean, we saw the blood and everything, but we live in kayfabe here, so nothing from the land of wrestling about like an hour. What we pay attention to, not the. Anyway, moving on. We are going to have ourselves a little sit down between the CEO and the timeless one in this episode. And we go to an earlier taping of the CEO arriving in style to the arena wearing an outfit fit for a wrestling champion. Lots of silver, sparkles up the wazoo, and appropriately hideous sunglasses and hat. But before we get into that, the remarkable, completely off the hook Renee Paquette is in the ring for an interview with the one Jamie Hayter. You know what that means, sickos. Are we ready? It's been a little while. Dun 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 dun. This music kicks ass. Hate is going to kill you. Not sorry about it. Don't worry, Renee. This is usually for a wrestler who's talking smack. They would get a whack from Jamie's lariat called the Haterade. So you don't have to worry, Renee. This is not for you. You're good. Ah, that feels better. It's always strange when I just sing that to myself in my head. It's always better when you just get it out. Jamie Hayter comes out in a fabulous pair of pants, which would be funny for her to hear me say because pants over in the UK are undies. But what I am talking about would be called trousers. But anyway, the fit is on point. The pants are a light blue and red checkered print, which I know describes weird, but it looks beautiful. Respectfully, her ass looks incredible in them. They were high waisted and topped off with a thick white belt to complement her cropped turtleneck and woo, white calf leg boots, white calf length boots. It's a vibe. Renee is in a horse print pant and waistcoat combination. Well, looks great on her, and but there is literally no way I can describe it to you other than it's a horse print. It literally is like of like a whole bunch of horses just galloping on the plains. That is Renee Paquette. El Paso is pumped. The hater, you've gone back up. You're forgiven. Hey, on closer inspection, our friend, the sparkly belt, is making an appearance and peeking out from underneath Renee's waistcoat. Hello, sparkly belt. Where's it? Renee is getting the scoops from Hater about where her confidence, how her confidence is, and where her head is at. And I am so glad that we are seeing Hater so quickly after her loss. Hater is still very determined, confident, and she has a drive, but she doesn't get any chance to say any of that because the world suddenly goes black. No explanation, no nothing. It's just black. And then the symbol for the toxic spider comes on the Titantron, and I lose my shit because it's Tekla. Oh shit, no. That means she's going to bounce on Hater. Shit. And sure enough, as soon as the lights turn on, we see Tekla in the ring standing over Hater. Tekla picks Jamie out by her gloriously bouncy hair and knocks her out with a punch right to the face. Tekla is so fucking cool. She's in a black leather jacket, silver crop top, abs out, black leather looking pants. Ah, she is a vibe. She takes her jacket off, flings it to the side, steps over Hater, and shows us exactly why she is called the Toxic Spider. Tekla's new theme is called Necrosis. It is an AEW original and everything, all about it. It's just fabulous. Oh, Renee check, she gone. To close Dynamite, we have the in-ring face-to-face between Mercedes Moné and the world champion. Tekla's fucking cool, eh? I love Tekla. She's so good. The CEO comes out in all her gold and silver finery, still in that hat, but we don't need to talk about the hat. Mercedes does her thing until she is timely interrupted by the timeless one herself. So the world goes grey. And if we ignore what Jim told us last week, it's rainbows in our hearts because pride and shit because it's time for timeless Tony Storm. Our world champion scuttles to center stage in her summer finery. At first accompanied by Luther, but she sends him back to the back before making her way down to the ring. As color returns, hmm, we see that our gorgeous world champion is in a red high waisted short scenario with a white halter neck with cherries on it. She kicks off her red heels, and the two heavyweights of the women's division of the entire world have a reasonably civil conversation. It ends with a stiff handshake between the two wrestlers that gets turned into something else when Tony pulls Mercedes in to see what she could smell on the TBS champion. She don't know. Having gathered all the information she needed from olfaction, I'll look that up. Tony plants a big red kiss onto Monet's white gloved hand. And I think that's what pissed her off the most because she quickly gets Timeless into the position for her Monet maker. Tony gets out, quickly turns it around on Monet, putting Mercedes in the Storm Zero, which would have smashed her face onto the title, which was laying on the ground. But Mercedes wriggles their ass out of that move and rolls out of the ring. Mercedes taunts Timeless with threats, but Timeless is unbothered and dancing in the ring as we fade off the air. So yeah, that is dynamite for you, everybody. I am excited. I'm excited that Tekla's first victim, so to speak, or first antagonizee, is Jamie Hayter. Cause damn, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's gonna be good. We have already discussed Miss Tekla. It's in one of the episodes out in the free range fields of our playlist. Go find it and learn more about her. She's awesome. She's really, really awesome. Like so awesome. So we shall be moving on to collision. Only I get that. We have our lovely ring announcer, Akadi Aura, as is Collision tradition. She is in a very pretty pink leopard print pant and holder top combination. A captivating Spanish woman named Amina Sanchez, dressed all in black with a sparkly choker, interviews Commander. She interviews brilliantly, but also hilariously. Because say I'm her, right? She has her little like microphone here, and she like goes, and then she like it's like directly to like the camera. She's like staring right at you, but she's got this just lovely, sweet little face. I don't know why, but it cracked me up. The remarkable, still in her horse print waistcoat and pants, Renee Paquette stops Swerve and Prince Nana backstage as they are musing about recent events. As she gets the scoops from Swerve, a wild osprey appears, and the men have a very serious conversation about Mr. Paquette and his riders of death. Renee's hand slowly edges off screen. We take a moment to enjoy the pride of AEW Anthony Bowens' entrance theme because it's Underground by Jane's Addiction, and the opening line is so addictive. Going back to that whole thing of like, do you have auditory things of like that, like just the way that person just sung that line? I could just like listen to that line on like repeat. No, just me. That's one of them. Then it's backstage with Lexi Nair, who has paired her shaggy ponytail with a silver jacket matching miniskirt and black crop tank. The boys are having issues. We move on. After the recap of the Timeless Monet shenanigans, everything goes dark blue as Sky Blue's music hits. She enters from stage left, which is Satan's entrance. I mean, heel entrance. Anybody out there remember like back in the day when like people who were left-handed were like considered to be some sort of cohort with the devil? Humans are so stupid. So stupid. But I do like putting that in context with stage left being the heel entrance. So I'm gonna be calling that the Satan's entrance, potentially from now on. It all depends on what I remember. Sky Blue comes out of the darkness with her long flowing black sheer cape that glides up behind her. Sky twirls, battle poses, and then walks to the ring, her blue crystal crown twinkling delicately in the semi-darkness. Sky Blue battle poses onto the ropes, and the lights have a fit seized, like literally. If you have like seizury stuff, be careful. Everything changes as the vibe is now pink, yellow, purple, Joshi dance party fantasy. Mina is still rocking her current AEW gear. Now, not only does it give me Kana vibes, but it also gives me Yusure Yatsura vibes. You know, the anime character. She's got the green teal hair and like only like the teeny tiny like tiger print, no, tiger striped bikini and like massive tits. The two wrestlers lock up, and it's a clash of force between two unmovable humans. They break apart, regroup, and they re engage. Sky Blue is all fluid motion and manages to toe trip Mina, causing her to faceplant the mat. Sky Blue kicks Mina in the side of her head and mocks the fans in between kicks. Sky's battle gear is so freaking cool and it sparkles with every like boot to the face. It was very disrespectful, though. Mina's done with all of this and lays a stiff forearm into Blue's jaw. Sky Blue eats it, though, and the two have a hard hitting back and forth, which the crowd get behind eagerly. We're still in El Paso, by the way. Mina's forearms break through Sky's onslaught for a moment, but swift, perfectly placed pump kicks from Blue halts Mina, and Sky slams her to the mat with a lovely suplex. Mina's quick thinking and quick moving kicks in, and she ducks the running kick from Blue, lures her in, ducks the clothesline, and gives us her on the knees shoulder shimmy. Battle taunt. But Sky Blue is right there and thinks all of this is very dumb. Blue boots Mina in the back, takes the piss out of said battle taunt, and then stomps down on Mina's skull. She's getting very snompy. Sky Blue stomps, hey, there we go, on Mina some more, sends her to the corner, but Mina is not there when Blue comes in for the attack. Quickly sliding her way through the ropes, Mina blocks Sky's Blue's forearm and runs along the apron with Blue's hair in her hands and slams Sky Blue's face into the top turnbuckle. Mina quickly follows it up with her step in Gamangiri. I was going to call it Inzaguri. A step in Gamangiri. A stiff kick to the gut gives Mina control of Sky's wrist, and she takes it up with her as she climbs to the top rope. Mina does a little dance on the top rope, which we all know powers up her moves, and she crashes down on Blue with her waistlock diving knee drop. You basically get a knee like right here. Ow. Mina goes for the pin, but it is just a two. This does not dull Mina's smile, and she goes straight for Blue again. Blue lures her to the apron, and Mina falls for it, sticking her head through the ropes, gets the knee to the face, and then Sky drags her out onto the apron with her, but doesn't get to complete her plan. Mina counters her, and it's Blue who gets rocked with a high kick. Mina tries to suplex Sky Blue, but Blue's like, how to the fucking no, and puts an end to that with a back elbow. Mina tries again, but Blue grabs her arm, jumps down to the floor, and arm drags Mina's face first into the apron. Ow! The old hardest part of the ring, people. Sky Blue keeps Mina on the outside and has painful intentions. She is in the mood for punishing and slams Mina's face into the apron, slowly stalks up to her dazed opponent and gives her a sharp chop to the chest. Sky's slow stalking walk turns on her, though, as Mina quickly recovers, gives Blue a chop to the chest, and then sends her hard into the barricade. Sky has great stamina regen and rakes at Mina's eyes. She rolls her back into the ring and then goes for a pin. Mina rejects the pin and kicks out at 2. Sky is on Mina quick and starts raining down stiff forearms to Mina's skull. The ref is like, excuse me, are you using closed fists? To which Blue replies, no, and pins Mina's shoulders to the mat again. It wasn't a serious pin, and Mina kicks out at 2. Blue's just playing. Blue whips Shirakawa into the corner and happily does some dastardly deeds in front of the ref by pushing her foot right into Mina's throat. Releasing it before the 5, Sky Blue mocks Shirakawa again and missiles herself into Mina via a handspring into forearm to the face. Sky Blue grabs Mina's head and slams her to the mat with a perfect suplex. Sky Blue is on a roll, but the pin is still unsuccessful. Sky Blue is mad and hoists Mina up onto the top rope, then gives her a sharp chop to the cleavage. Sky climbs up to Brett's healing rope of power, throws Mina's arm over her shoulder and attempts a superplex. But Mina blocks it with a Are you for real, babe? And holds on to the ropes to stop the superplex. Mina kicks Blue off the ropes, and while dazed, Blue gets herself off the mat and stumbles back to Shirakawa. She had no idea where she was going. Mina yoinks her head and she delivers it to the mat via a DDT. Mina is off now. She missile drop kicks Blue, clocks her with a rolling elbow, followed by a running lariat. Mina taunts Sky to get up and catches the incoming leg from her that turns it into a nasty little dragon screw, twisting Blue's knee in that gross way before slamming it down onto the mat. After a violent dance between the two wrestlers, Mina ends up with her head trapped by the top turnbuckle, and Blue kicks her right in the face. Blue positions herself under Mina and secures her in her grasp, walks out of the corner and brings Mina slamming down to the mat with a sit-down power bomb into a pin, which Mina kicks out of at two. Sky lets out a battle cry in frustration. Mina takes a moment to have a healing moi on the mat. Blue grabs Mina by the hair, hoists her up to her shoulders. Mina employs kicky feet and escapes. Another battle dance ensues, and you think Sky Blue gets the upper hand with a lovely kick to Mina's face, but it is Shirakawa who knocks Blue down with a spectacular spinning back fist. Blue splats on the mat. Mina calls upon the crowd for power and El Paso obliges. A wobbly Blue is on her feet but is soon back down when Mina connects with her flying neckbreaker. A pin attempt is still unsuccessful though. Mina can't believe that didn't work. Shirakawa goes for the glamorous driver but Sky gets out of it. Blue goes for Sky Fall but Mina rolls forward and brings Blue down for a tight cradle to which she gets out of and rolls Mina up. The momentum from the quick kick out from Mina is brought to a sudden halt by Sky Blue's knee, but Mina shakes that off and delivers a brutal combination of rolling forearms into a spinning back fist of doom. Damn. Mina goes for the glamorous driver Mina and is successful. Mina's powerful finisher is enough to keep Blue down for the count, and Mina wins the match with a 1, a 2, and a 3. Mina is celebrating. But all of a sudden, my girl in black, Julia Hart, appears out of nowhere and cracks Mina in the back of my head. That was good, girl. You did good. Julia is in a loose black battle pants ensemble with some long lace sleeves, and she grabs Mina by the hair. And with a look of devilish satisfaction on her face, Julia puts Mina in heartless, her devastating submission. Sky Blue recovers from the glamorous driver, Mina, and starts stomping in on Mina's stomach and chest while Julia continues to choke her out. See what I mean about Sky Blue getting very stompy in this match? Will anyone come out and save the newly signed Mina? Where she comes now. The barefooted world champion scuttles to the ring in a blue dress and an unimpressed expression on her face. Julia says something to Blue, and Blue prepares to stand up to the world champion, which is ballsy. But as soon as the champion gets her hands on Blue, Sky is sent skyward with a beautiful suplex. Julia sees this hasn't worked, lets go of Mina and attempts something, but Tony hits her through the ropes and to the floor. Blue is in a bad position for her health welfare, and Tony runs for the tip attack. The tip attack? The hip attack. But Sky, well, it could kind of be a tit attack, a hip to a hip to tit attack, a hip to tit attack. Okay, don't start saying that. But Sky gets yoinked out of the ring before she can connect. But it would be though. Oh no, it is actually kind of more to your face. A hip to mush. Carrying on. Timeless stops in her tracks and stares them down as they back away up the ring, calling them both nasty little slop tarts. Tony checks in on Mina and Julia helps Sky Blue to the back. Fucking love this match. I like how dastardly Julia and Sky. I love how dastardly Julia and Sky have become. It is one of my favorite heel traits to be being dastardly, along with being absolute cowards and belt thievery is also very funny when done well in storyline. Holy flying freckles, sickos! I need to take a moment. Are you ready? Am I ready? I don't know, but holy flying fraggles, sickos. I was not prepared for the vision in black that was Layla Gray when she came out to support her teammates in top flight, Dante and Darius and AR Fox for their match. I shit you not, sickos. This stunning wahine is wearing black knee-high boots, a sparkly black cowboy hat with silver stars, and her outfit is the same sparkly black with silver stars. It is a backless one piece, and holy fuck. Skylar, Layla Gray is one beautiful, confident, and talented wahine who looks beyond all descriptions of incredible. And we are going to have to move on for modesty's sake. Before I turn into a crazed fan on the internet, but oh my fucking God. It is a fabulous match that they have against LFI. Shenanigans ensues. Mortas has a new look for summer. Dante's hair tries to explode out of his head. It's all very good telling. And it's Layla Gray. Just watch that match for Layla Gray. You won't be disappointed. Also, I haven't seen it yet, but she has a new episode on AEW with RJ City, which I am probably going to watch after recording this match. We end Collision with a wonderful Lucha Madness, and we done. Well done, El Paso. You are now on the tier of crowd rankings, and we will find out where you are at some random moment of time. It's Ring of Honor, baby. We have the coolest fuck entrance from the infantry as Trisha Dora is first to come out to the ring with her infantry brothers. They are as pumped as always. They have an amazing entrance. It's all full of like personality and everything. It's all coming out of their pores. I freaking love the infantry. They're with STP, by the way, who I also freaking love. Not Stone Temple Pilots, the Shane Taylor promotions. She will be facing the Pink Lucia, the Pink Lucha from episodes past, La Catalina. Her hip swiveling music fills the arena. La Catalina comes out with her pink feather boa, but no gorgeous pink hair streaks in the hair this time. This evening, they are just blonde, where the pink used to be. Maybe we're going blonde. Maybe we just needed a retouch up. Wrestlers, though, I know you get really sweaty, so you've got to have like hot showers and shit. But if you're going to dye your hair pink, if you're going to go through all this is for Mina too. She probably knows. I'm just being a sassy. But when you wash your hair, you don't have to have it for the whole shower. But when you wash your hair, you really need to do it with cold water because that pink is just flowing down your drain. Moving on. Trisha Dora is in a shiny camo battle pant crop combination. These are new gear and it looks very, very cool. It is a hard hitting match between these two wrestlers, as you could imagine. Trish wrestled her butt off, and we have a lovely handshake of honor before and after the match. But with a big body splash off the top rope, hit perfectly onto Trisha Dora, gives La Catarina the win. La Catalina seems to be coming for Athena's belt as she did the old little like belt motion things and everything. It was a brilliant match. I do love Trisha Dora so much. She really took La Catalina to her limit, and I thought she almost had her there for like real quick second, but that body splash just fucking took it out of her. The infantry, of course, did not get involved either. No shenanigans. They have very good infantry. Moving on from the match, we have lovely Miss Valkyrie, Taya Valkyrie. She cuts a promo for the up and coming Pure tournament to crown the first champion, and she is a competitor in this, as we talked about before. Taya is the headline. She might meet Diana in the tournament, and we can get some more answers. Here's hoping. Athena has a badass video promo. She will be back next week. YOSH! That is all, folks. What are your thoughts on the shows of this week, huh? Any predictions, any that kind of thing? We've got Fighter Fest next week. Yeah. It's this week, basically tomorrow. We have Fighter Fest this week, which is like 4 hours. Is it the combination of Collision and Dynamite? I think it might be. but it's 4 hours anyway. And then I think, if I remember correctly, the Grand Slam Mexico should be like the week after or the week after that. We haven't had any announcements of who's going to be there or any matches, but the freaking Arena Mexico is completely sold out. That place is huge and it is sold out, and we have no idea who is going to be wrestling there. Unless there's like a whole bunch of promo being done around Mexico. Does anyone know? Apart from Tony, who's going to be at Grand Slam Mexico. But that should be coming up. And I think Forbidden Door is reasonably close too. Holy shenanigans. And then we've got like All In. I definitely know that like those two events happen before All In. Crap, we've got a lot of big events to like build up to like the epic that is always All In. But like, I don't know. Do you feel like this All In is going to be like more? We're not even going to bother talking about the counter programming because that's just some laughable shit. We know. Although women's wrestling related, I just remembered as I beat the microphone in frustration, they're bringing back Evolution. The women's pay-per-view thing I saw was the Wobbly Wobbly Republic's counter programming to, was that all in? And oh, yeah. And- Yeah. So that is for All In. And I remember when we were doing like the first couple of episodes and I was going through and everything, I wanted to see just in case if I had like missed um another like Evolution pay-per-view since the first one. And I hadn't. So now all of a sudden they do it at this time and they do it to the women. You know how we've discussed on this show many a times how I see patterns in things being like deliberately put in a certain way to justify them not doing things better. My little conspiracy mind is like, why put the evolution there? If it fails, like it will do, because you're putting it against fucking All In. What is your end goal with that? If it's nefarious, I don't want nothing to do with that. God, why? Why did they have to put it with Ever fucking Lucian? Anyway, it sucks balls. But I'm just going to move on from that because I'm just going to get theorizing and mad. And I don't want it. Well, I do love getting theorizing, but I don't like getting mean. In this episode of Don't Call Me Diva, I shall be taking us back to episode 2 of season 1 of Dynamite. We are in Boston and we already know y'all rule. Y'all are like big here as well. It was very cool. So what happens on this show is that we've got the Young Bucks face Private Party in the title tag tournament that was going on, and Private Party win that. Jimmy Havoc, remember Jimmy Havoc? He faced Darby Allin. We though come in for the fabulous tag match between B Priestley, Emi Sakura versus DMD and the new the new AEW Women's Champion Riho. B is in dark black and purple, whilst Emmy is in her white Freddie Mercury gear with the yellow jacket. Emmy is pumped for this. Her energy is wild. B is also pumped, but in her very solid, stern kind of way. And she has intentions, and we will know exactly what those are as soon as she gets tagged into this ring. They, as I said, are facing Dr. Britt Baker and Riho. The doctor is in her white battle dentist jacket, and Riho is in her flowing pink marshmallow battle gear. Riho and DMD are very popular here in Boston, and they are both in wonderful moods. Emmy and Riho lock up first. A violent dance of Joshi brilliance ensues, and Emmy gets the first pin when she catches Riho from a flying crossbody and slams her to the mat. Now, I think we've already spoken about how epic Emmy Sakura is in a previous match. So, in a previous match, in a previous episode. So, go on the field. Riho bridges out of this and she drop kicks Emmy in the face. Emmy tosses Riho around for a bit and B chokes her out in the corner behind the ref's back. B tags in, but instead of joining the double team on Riho, which really confuses Emmy Sakura, she just sprints right over to Britt and knocks her off the apron. B follows and continues to beat the living shit out of the doctor. She throws her into the timekeepers and the dock area, though this is episode 2 of season 1 of Dynamite, people. We don't have a lovely little barricade, which is the most dangerous barricade in AEW wrestling. But TMT gets just thrown into people in steel chairs. The ring announcer, the timekeeper, the doc, they're all just sitting there ringside on their little like steel chairs and they just get a human just thrown into them. That can't be fun. Britt came flying back with a Luther's prayers and B, who was meant to be in the ring fighting Riho, by the way, because remember, she's the legal one and Riho's the legal one and Emmy's still in there, who's no longer the legal one. But her and DMD have themselves a nice little brawl on the outside for ages. It is absolute chaos. And even the ref goes to the outside. She has no control over what's going on. I'm like, ref, legal, legal, non-legal. What's going on here? Emmy breaks it up with a nail rake down Britt's back. She's sick of waiting for B to get back into the ring. And the two double team on Britt with a suplex to the outside. Oh, on the outside. As they celebrate, Riho goes flying with a crossbody and lands down on both B and Emmy. We eventually get the violence back into the ring and it turns into a wild battle before, like, with all 4 wrestlers. B does her cool as fuck. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. No, that's not how you say it. Flawless victory. Flawless. Anyway, a diving double stomp that involves some lucha style double jump thing from one rope to another and then comes down on Britt's back. It's very cool. And then DMD takes twin kicks to the bod from both Emmy and B. After the unsuccessful pin, Emmy stays in the ring but stomps towards Riho and holds her in place within the ropes. I guess it's legal since neither of them should be in the ring right now anyway, but the ref acts like these two live in her blind side and she just lets it happen. Never looking over, so never having to deal with it. It's very strange. A back suplex from B to DMD was beautiful, and Priestley holds her in place for the pin. Riho and Emmy crash into them and break up the pin. Riho has finally gotten out of Emmy's grasp. B gets brutalized by a double team from Britt and Riho, and this time Emmy crashes in to break up the pin after DMD does a hanging DDT. Emmy squishes B also and has to drag her to the corner for the tag. A brawling dance leaves bodies flying all over the ring to the outside. After Riho takes out B, DMD gets a chance to put on Lockjaw, and Emmy taps out as soon as it's completed. Riho and Britt don't get to celebrate for long though before B comes into the ring and storms straight up to Britt. The fight quickly reignites between them, and the crowd are loving it. It ends up getting broken up by Riho and the ref, and B vacates the ring. I am so gutted that the whole like lockdown thing, visa thing really messed up this rivalry because from like as we've seen from like word go, as soon as these two like locked up, it was like instant hatred, like complete hatred. It was insane. I can't like it would have been the first like blood feud in Wellington in women's wrestling, and it's just a real bugger that got fecked up. But B is a free agent now, so she can always like float along like with and interfere with some DMD stuff again, and then we can get right there. For the rest of the episode, Sean Spears faces Mox. Mox has the opening scenes. I just wanted to point this out. His opening scenes from his Titantron and his current like Titantron opening are the exact same as what he has all the way back in like episode 2 of Dynamite, which I thought was pretty cool. That's like stayed with him this whole time. The song is unfamiliar though. I have no idea. But another thing I wanted to bring up, which was quite, interesting was that after the match that they had, the bastard Puck ambushes Kenny Omega, and Mox is all, hey, that sucks, don't do that. But Puck gives Mox a look at him, then points right at Mox as if to say, you will understand and you will stand with me one day. Mm, fucking how's that for long-term storytelling, huh? In your face. Dustin and Hangman head together against Inner Circle. Jericho and Sammy, due to shenanigans, the Inner Circle win. We end the show with a plethora of fellas and shenanigans, and it's all chaos. Cody Rhodes gets jumped by Santana Ortiz, all of that. So, that was our episode 2 of Dynamite. Just a little tag match, but it was a very good tag match. But like I said, the rivalry between DMD and B was really, really, really ramping up in speed, and would have definitely have ended up in like a cage match, DQ match, some sort of hardcore shenanigans for sure. So that's a bummer. But we can always go in now, can't we? Hey, um, there might be something for All In. Who knows? Because yeah, my mind is open to everything at the moment. Now, a little heads up for next week. I'm going to be talking about Westside Guns wrestling promotion, which is called Fourth Rope. They have had some shows which feature women wrestlers. Some we know, some we don't know. But just out of some fun little interest, I'll let you know who their champions are now. There's only 3 championships in Fourth Rope. And they're all men championships. So I won't be mentioning them like next week. So, but this is just something I just wanted to have a little like, the audio listeners, do a little like, a little, you know what that is. Watchy watchers, you and me can have a little like, moment of like, I know, but here, these are their wrestlers, okay? They're champions, I mean. Their flyweight champion is Real One, aka Enzo, who last time I heard didn't want to have anything to do with wrestling, but I digress. Heavyweight champion is a fella by the name of Zilla Fatu. And this is what really got me. Is the tag champions of Fourth Rope are the Hardy Boys. I shit you not. They are the current tag team champions of Fourth Rope Wrestling. You never know when those two are gonna show up, huh? But I think this Zilla Fatu is a wrestler and rapper and all this kind. I don't really know. I've never really heard of him before, but he looks like a lovely fellow. So yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody. Over here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, we have 2 extra Pride months, so I always forget that there's like more. Like this is like, what are we in? What are we in? January, February, March, June. So June is like the world one. I didn't realize that the world had their own one, and we're just like, oh well, we're gonna have 2 more. So we have February is Pride, that's up in Auckland, up north. And in Wellington and Christchurch, it's March. So you can have a whole 2 month Pride here if you wanted to bugger off over somewhere else, and then you can have another Pride elsewhere, or you can come back. So yeah, I always get confused when I'm always like, oh, is this like Americans like World Pride Day? Wonder what even Pride Day month. I wonder like what other countries are. Oh no no no, June is the world. New Zealand, Aotearoa just wanted to be special. Just down here at the bottom of the earth, just living our lives. So yeah, I thought that was a funny little thing to learn. So I guess since it is World Pride Month as well, we are also in Pride. So happy third Pride for 2025. My Aotearoa Kiwis. I love you all. Love all you sickos. So what are your thoughts on this week's decision? My decision? Did I make decisions? I may have. What did you think on this week's discussion, my dear sickos? Layla Gray. Oh my God. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and I just love that she has that confidence just to wear that stuff and is just like, yeah, I fucking love it. I would be far too afraid that all of my bits and pieces would come out at a moment's no notice, but there is the wonder of body tape. So yay. If you wish, you can leave your thoughts as a comment in the appropriate sections of wherever you are. Let me know if there are any women's wrestlers or matches, as usual, you would like me to talk about. And if you would be as so kind as to like and subscribe whilst you're there, I'd be very grateful. You can find your girl lurk in the dungeons of threads at Bex_Bastet and under a tree at Blue Sky at Bex-Bastet. Every time I go to say the word hyphen, I'm always like, yeah, it's a hyphen. Today I want to shout out Shane because he's awesome. My wonderful producer. You're brilliant. Thank you for everything you do. Go check out some of his work on the Ethos Media as usual. Please go check out sickosclub.com for all of that awesome sicko stuff and join everyone at Sickos Club on Threads. You've never met a more inclusive, smart, kind, talented bunch of silly sausages until you've hooked up with the sickos. Thank you for stopping by. Don't call me Diva. Women's Wrestling Rules! Don't be a dick.